This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Longspur Tracking and Outfitting. Longspur has 28 trackers covering 9 states: West Virginia, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Illinois, and Iowa. Check them out for all your tracking needs on their Facebook page or visit them at www.whitetaildeertracking.com or contact them today at 304-439-1659. Longspur Tracking and Outfitting, www.whitetaildeertracking.com or 304-439-1659. Contact them today.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Man, folks, we are here live at FIFE Street Brewing Company in Charleston, West Virginia, on the corner of Summer Street and Brawley Walkway. So we're here with the backcountry hunters and anglers as they have their pint night. And we've got Dylan Constantine that we're going to be talking to right now. He's one of the managers here at FIFE.
Yep.
And he's going to tell us some new things that's going on. He's going to give us a little background on how he got started here. But first, we want to talk about the backcountry hunters and anglers. And they're here doing their pint night. They do this every year. So this is their third or fourth one that they've done here.
Yeah, right.
This is like normal spot.
For sure, it's the second one we've been a part
yes,
of.
definitely the second one we've been a part of. So,
like you said, I think they've done a couple before we got involved with these guys.
Yeah, so during this time, they just get together, like-minded people, have a couple beers, talk about hunting, fishing, conservation, habitat. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to gain new members into their organization so that they can continue the habitat and the conservation for all of us to enjoy.
Yep.
So that's what we're here doing tonight. We're here helping them promote that. And we're here having some great brew at a local brewery.
Absolutely.
5th Street. So without further ado, please welcome with me Dylan Constantine. How you doing, Con?
Hey, good. How are you, man?
Oh, doing good. So starting off, Dan?
If you don't care, Dylan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into some other awesome things happening here at the 5th Street Brewery.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been here since we opened in May of 22. So we are going on 3 years of brewing here in 5th Street. I mostly work behind the bar right now. I'm bartender, bar manager occasionally, and then I also have a background in home brewing. So about 4 years before we opened here, I started home brewing just by myself. Just really loved beer and wanted to experiment with it a little bit myself and kind of get into the production side. So whenever I knew we were opening a brewery here in Charleston, wanted to really get on board with this team. I've known some of the people that were starting this up for quite a while now.
Yeah.
And they've been gracious enough to let me kind of lend my hand in the back from time to time. A few of my recipes have made the lines here, and just really excited to still be a part of the team here and kind of keep growing with the brewery.
Nice.
Sweet. That is awesome.
I mean, 5th Street is one of the premier brewing companies here in Charleston. I mean, this is
sure.
You all have on-site brewing right now to where you do all your stuff here in the back. But we were talking there earlier before the podcast. You guys are going into doing some off-site brewing.
Yeah, for sure. So we haven't locked in exactly where we're going to be at with that yet. So that is planned to take place later this year, though, at some point. So in-house right now, we have about 68 barrels of brew capacity. The new facility, and that's on a 7-barrel brewing system. The new site will have a 20-barrel brewing system, and we're looking at to almost triple our brew capacity almost immediately.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So, once we get that open, we'll definitely be able to kind of expand production a little bit and, keep those main lines kind of in that production facility and then get a little bit more fun and experimental here in-house, like on the brew site that we have now.
Nice. Awesome. So one of the things that you are doing that for is to just increase production so you can put it in more stores as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're definitely hoping to expand, hopefully at some point to further out in the state, like cover the whole state of West Virginia at the very least.
Yeah.
Sure. We've talked, I'm not really behind the scenes of that. That's more so our ownership group, but I know that there's been talks of perhaps opening other tap rooms or
Okay.
Yeah, so like our friends at Short Story, for instance, just 2 doors down, they have their brew facility and tap room up in Reevesville, where they're from. They've got actually 3 other tap houses that just distribute their beer alone. They've got their store here in Charleston, one in Deep Creek, Maryland, and then they've opened one in Morgantown this year as well. Well, last year
nice.
as well. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that model seems very interesting, at least from what I've heard from our partners.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what they're leaning towards as well, is to kind of go in that model.
Yeah.
Cool.
See, like you're talking about expanding. So I know for a fact you guys are in Drug Emporium because I bought.
Definitely.
I bought some the other day, and it's actually in the Yeti right now. So
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. As far as like cans and stuff, that is. Drug Emporium's probably our biggest buyer of our cans.
Okay.
They've got, at least here in Charleston, easily the best beer selection.
Oh, God.
For to-go stuff. And so them, and then the bottle shop in Capital Market.
Okay.
Those are our 2 biggest accounts, I'd say, for distro-wise. Other than, like, obviously, other bars and tap rooms will keep our kegs, but can-wise, those are the 2 big ones.
All right, cool, awesome. So if you don't care, tell us a little bit about the new and exciting things. Also, you guys got some stuff coming up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've got a few beers that are launching. We're starting to launch our spring line now, which is really cool. We've just launched French Creek Freddy today.
Amazing. That's what I'm drinking right now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is it good?
It is awesome.
Yeah,
Which I love a Saison, so I'm good with it.
I haven't never had one. Let me try it.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked to have this beer back. I mean, it's been great. We've done that since the first spring we were open, and it's been it's been a good one to bring back.
Man, that is a good one.
It's smooth. So, like we was talking a little bit earlier about it, and it's a little bit different than your normal Saison. It's a French style. So.
Yeah, so essentially what that means, your standard Saisons are more Belgian derivative.
Okay.
So you get a bit larger of a body in those, and also they tend to lean a little bit more into the kind of barnhousey wild fermentation that root of the Saison is. The French Saison uses a French Saison yeast. That's the biggest difference. And that's going to really clean up the body of the beer a good bit, make it a good bit more crisp, but keep those kind of barnhousey flavors just a little bit more clean and palatable in that way. With ours in particular, I get a lot of, I get some banana at the front end, a little bit of like a white grapiness in the body, and then finishes a bit more of like that floral kind of hay, barnhousey kind of deal.
Yeah, I definitely got the banana in the beginning.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, that's just like, it hits you right then.
Yeah, so this is actually, so today is the first day, too, that we have them, we have that in cans now.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah, you can get it to go, which is really cool.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, so we've got that, I think, later this week, probably, because we're looking at a couple of our beers are on their way out just from fall and winter. And we're going to be reintroducing, we've got our Lunar Crush Lager. Which is just kind of a spring lager. We use stylized yeast with that, so it's a little bit fruitier than your standard lager, but it is really great. It's super. Like, we ran a small batch of it, I think back in November, October maybe. Went really well. We all really, really loved the recipe for that, so we decided to scale it up, and we'll have that for most of spring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the events that you all have here. I know things like you see on social media it's starting to ramp up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys are starting to have more things here and offer more things for patrons to do when they come in.
Yeah, absolutely. So we try to keep it busy here. We have a little bit of a schedule there that we keep. We've got every Tuesday we do trivia, which is a huge night for us. We pack the place every night.
Yeah.
In the summer it's even busier because we've got the outdoor tables to go. And then every Wednesday we do live music. So that's cool, and we've got a lot of local artists that'll come through, a lot of people that'll come back, but then we've hosted people from all over the country as well.
Nice.
I think we've had people from the Pacific Northwest, Midwest,
Oh, wow.
Everywhere out around. So yeah, that's really great, and then occasionally we'll run something like that on a Saturday as well with some music, but that's kind of here like few and far between, but we'll have those occasionally.
Yeah, we've been in here a couple times where they've actually had live music.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have. For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a good spot for it. It's a lot of fun. We get a band in here, play for a couple hours, and people have fun with it.
We've been in here when there's nothing going on, but y'all still packed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been in here in the summer when you got the windows open and you can sit right here at the bar.
Yeah.
Near the windows and
Yep.
It's
in the
nice,
alleyway.
yeah.
Man, it's great.
Well, especially since we launched POTA here in Charlotte. Well, I guess through the whole state, but so our partners were actually a huge part of that legislation, pushing for that. They used the lobbying power from having the brewing district here in Charleston, along with Short Story and Bad Shepherd, and kind of push that legislation through, which is really cool.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
absolutely, it's awesome.
And through the summer, having people like being able to take their beers to go and like travel through this alleyway is awesome. It's really, really great.
Yeah,
and
I've been to a few other places where, like, Huntington instituted that. They call it something, but it's like a cup law. So you can have a special cup.
Right.
And you have a certain area where you can walk around and you can drink.
Yeah, that's the same thing we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's becoming bigger all over the state in West Virginia here. So
so we also
you go to these bigger cities. That's something that's like a staple.
Yeah,
for sure.
So most people don't really know what POTA means.
Yeah. Okay. So it's an acronym. It's a public outdoor drinking area.
Yeah.
It's essentially you can just, as long as you have your beer in a designated cup. They tend to be the plastic ones that have a print on them. They have a little QR code that tells you like what the area is that you can walk around in.
Yeah.
Right. Ours here in Charleston is a pretty good swap. I mean, it's basically all downtown. You've got from Lee Street all the way down to the river, and then 4 blocks the other way from us. So you've got all the downtown area, which is really nice. We actually also launched late last year. We've got an aluminum cup that.
I've seen that.
Yeah. So the ABC approved that for us. We're the only ones that have them now, but it is legal for any other bar that has POTA to do it.
Nice.
Having those aluminum cups just as like it's a cool souvenir, but on top of that, it's reusable, so it cuts down on waste, which is really awesome. I think that was the one kind of retraction of POTA that we got, that we were like, well, this is really cool, this is awesome for the city, but man, that's a lot of cups,
Right, yeah.
So, to cut down on the waste, I think it's been really nice. We've had people come back and reuse those cups, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
I had a guy in here, is one of our regulars. He said that he got 2 of those metal cups in one night. I was like, Casey, what's going on? He's like, oh, actually, I just love these cups. I'm replacing everything in my house with these.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, that's an idea. I could do that.
Yeah. That's crazy. So some people do it with those. Some people do it with Yetis.
I mean, you know me and my cup addiction.
Oh, I know. I have a thing to where I collect whiskey glasses.
Yeah.
So I've got like 30 of them.
Okay.
And I've got another case, which they call my West Virginia cabinet, but I've got like 15 in there that I don't even drink out of, just because I don't want to mess them up when I wash them or something.
Yeah.
That's like my whiskey bottles. I got so many that I don't drink out of.
No, I feel that, yeah.
You got a bunch that you need to share.
No, shut up.
All right, Dylan, so tell us about the awesome food that you have here, and then we'll let you get back to the job.
Yeah, cool, man. We got a great great menu. Our menu's based on kind of an elevated grilled cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That was the concept that we came in with, and it's basically like we wanted to really distinguish ourselves here in Charleston as a brewery that has a kitchen, which we had to teach people what that was at first a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they thought we were a restaurant. We're not really a restaurant. You know what I mean?
To interrupt you real quick. So I've been to a lot of places. A lot of breweries are not allowed to have food services.
Right.
Or they have to pay, like, their alcohol license is $1,200. But to serve food, it's like $12,000.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And so a lot of these places do like food trucks. So to get a brewery that serves the alcohol and the food, dude, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's nice to have this here for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
and their food is freaking phenomenal.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I've had the bologna sandwich. Oh
my
God. It's awesome.
Yeah, so we really wanted to just have something that was available, like, a little bit nicer than bar food. Something that definitely, it's easier to drink a few more beers if you have a sandwich or something.
Absolutely.
So
it is.
Definitely wanted to make that accessible for people.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, we sure appreciate you coming on. And
of course.
We sure appreciate you having us here and allowing Backcountry Hunters and Anglers to come in and take over a little section for now.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you guys. Good talking.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you
so
much.
Y'all take care. Cheers.
All right, you too. All right, guys, we've got another guest coming up here in a minute. We're going to be talking with one of the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers guys, and they're going to be telling us about legislation, I think. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But we're going to be getting some talking points together for them, and we're going to take a little break real quick, hear a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back. Are you looking for that European or craft beer culture? Breathe Wine and Culture Company, where your wine and craft beer culture thrives. Located in downtown Huntington, West Virginia, the Breathe Wine and Culture Company offers over 150 types of craft beer, extensive wine choices, thoughtful gifts, and even grab-and-go food options, as well as specialized catering. Shop local, shop small for a unique experience. You can check them out on their Facebook page or give them a call today at 304-823-4577. Breathe Wine and Culture Company, 304-823-4577.
Hello, Hunt Chef Nation.
Turn any cooking experience into an extremely wild one with Hunt Chef's delicious dozen seasonings, jerky, snack sticks, and brine kits. All 12 seasonings are packed full of wild flavor, perfect on pork, beef, chicken, lamb, vegetables, soups, venison, elk, or any wild game. Order today at huntchef.com or call the Hunt Chef headquarters at 724-780-3377. Order today at huntchef.com or call 724-780-3377. And remember, eat what you kill.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb Podcast with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Man, are we not having a good time here tonight?
Amazing time. This atmosphere, Mike, is absolutely amazing.
Folks, the Pint Night atmosphere here with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers is awesome right now. So if you've never been to one of these events, please, next time we shoot the post out for this event, get
Absolutely.
on it, RSVP, and let them know you're coming.
Well, I mean, you had to pull me away from some people. I'm over
I
there
did.
talking. Mike, he's like, we're doing a podcast. I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm talking to one of the owners here. He's like, oh, okay. Let me rephrase some things here.
Yeah, I was
So,
like,
yeah.
well, thank you, sir, for having us.
Hey, you don't know everybody like, I know some
Well,
people too.
You didn't know them till tonight.
No, I went to high school with them.
Oh, did you really?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, so, folks, we are here at we're here at FIFE Street on the corner of Summers and Brawley Walkway in Charleston, West Virginia, doing the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers Pint Night. And this is a national event presented by ONX Maps. So they put these nights on to promote conservation, habitat,
Yeah.
and the outdoors.
So, speaking of these national events, so we ended up getting, I don't know how to say it, but we missed out on a great one at the ATA this year because
Yeah.
we had some issues. We could not make it.
Yep.
And we were supposed to be doing one of these at the ATA this year with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers.
With a chapter from Indianapolis. In the Indianapolis area. So that will come at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Next year we're planning on having a media package with the ATA. So the ATA's got a 4-year contract there in Indianapolis.
Yep.
So I think that we're going to try to make that happen again next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've
And
been working with Jameson Hibbs.
Hibbs.
And he does a great job.
Oh, 100%.
At doing his thing, whatever he does with all these different chapters and stuff, because he's over like 7 different states, and I think he just picked up a bunch more.
Yeah.
So he's got his hands full.
He's a busy man.
He is very busy. Yep. And he helps us out a great bit. So tonight we're going to be speaking with Matt Kearns with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers, and he is one of the chapter board members for the state chapter here in West Virginia. So welcome with me, Matt Kearns with Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you,
Awesome.
sir.
Yeah, glad to have you. But if you could give us a little bit of background about yourself, and then we'll get into it.
Sure, yeah. So, again, I'm on the chapter board. I'm a bit more on the introverted side. So the Pint Nights are a stretch for me in my comfort zone.
Okay.
But I like to focus on, helping us at the state level with, policy and science and conservation.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, like you were saying, so the Pint Nights, I mean, you obviously you're here, you're attending, so it's a little bit more out of your comfort zone, but it's not bad. Like it's a great way to meet these people, and there's tons of people from the show tonight here that have showed up because they've heard about it. So I mean that's amazing how much reach you guys are having right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, what I was trying to more do was give credit to my other board members. They're the ones that organize and really put together these Pint Nights, and really, we're a state chapter of a national organization,
sure.
And so we're kind of all over the place. And these Pint Nights are just really an opportunity for the community to come together, swap hunting stories, swap fishing stories, tell lies.
Yeah,
absolutely. About
That's
how good
great.
you've done.
Yeah.
And just, again, connect with BHA, update people on what's going on. And then we've usually grab a couple members, they'll come over, they'll see our booth, we'll get to talking, and, they'll like what we have to say. And we usually pick up an extra member or two, and we sell a little merch.
Yeah, that's great.
But it's just an attempt to gather the community. We bounce around the state. I've been to Pint Nights in White Sulphur. We had one a little while ago. We called it the season opener in November up in Parkersburg.
Okay.
We've done a number of them in Morgantown. And then, FIFE's been real good to us, and we're here pretty often.
Yeah. No, this is a great place to have it. And tonight I've seen some things that I haven't seen on the other couple ones that we've been here. So some other people have come in, and they've actually walked over to the speaker, and they want to listen in on the conversation.
Yeah, they're
and
listening.
they want to know more about what we're talking about. So it's bringing attention to what you guys are doing. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate the platform.
So, Matt, you're the state chapter, so tell us a little bit about these Pint Nights and how things have been.
Yeah, so we try and have a few of them a year. Around the state, Morgantown, Parkersburg. We've got some board members out in the Eastern Panhandle. Grant's put together a few of these things. Every couple of months, just try and rally the BHA crew together.
Right.
There's really not much of an agenda. Occasionally, we'll try and do something special with you guys. Other chapters have had success bringing in, speakers and turning it into a little bit more of an event. Our chapter's young and still growing. And so right now it's just kind of more of just to rally the troops.
Yep.
Yeah. So how many? You like you was talking about. You guys put these Pint Nights on all over the state. How many of these have you actually got to go to? Are you trying to get to more of them now?
He said he's been to every one.
Nah. Well, that's not possible.
No, I meant I've been to everyone here at Pint.
Okay.
That's what I meant. Everyone here.
No,
at FIFE.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, I've been.
Have you got to get to the other ones?
I've been to like 10.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you are getting to be able to get around the state and spread your knowledge of what you guys are planning on and what you guys get to do. That's great.
Yeah. It's been a good mechanism for us. Yeah, beer and outdoors seem to go together.
Hand in hand.
Yeah,
absolutely. Hand in hand.
It sure does.
I love beer. And I love the outdoors.
So,
hey, don't laugh over there, Dave.
You guys have got a big legislative day coming up.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we actually chatted last year, and we were kind of in the middle of the legislative session. This year, with the governor, the new change in the governor, that session doesn't start until February 12th.
Okay.
And so since we talked last year, one of the things we realized is, a lot of folks are down at the Capitol.
Right, yeah.
Education folks show up, the concert, other like the environmental people, clean air, clean water.
Sure.
The teachers, just everyone shows up at the Capitol. And what we realize is, why weren't we showing up at the Capitol and bringing our folks there? Because every year, we realize that maybe there's some misunderstandings about the community. It's not always just about hunting and fishing and hanging something on the wall.
Absolutely.
We do a lot of conservation work.
Yes.
Absolutely. You guys do a lot for the conservation of this state, and all states that you're a part of.
Yeah, and the other thing we do is I think there's maybe some misunderstandings about how the funding mechanisms work.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the license dollars are then multiplied by the federal government. So ensuring that we have robust conservation funding. Long story short, we're going to the Capitol on February 21st, we've got the West Virginia Sportsman Conservation Day.
Awesome.
And we've got a dozen organizations that are coming with us. I'll list them off here in a second, but we're just trying to go down there and promote, conservation and the sporting ethos in West Virginia, and make sure that we're not forgotten during that session.
Sure. That's amazing. And that's what we need. We've got to get the people knowledgeable enough to get down to the Capitol and fight for what our rights really mean as
Outdoorsmen.
hunters and outdoorsmen, outdoors women, outdoors children.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to get this for our children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've spoke with Charlie
that's it.
Nooney about this day, and I think we're going to do a live podcast from the Capitol on this day.
Let's do it.
So that's something we've been talking about, and we've been trying to collaborate on a couple of different things.
Yeah,
so
we have.
I think we're going to try to make it happen. But we sure appreciate you being on tonight, Matt.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Absolutely. Appreciate
it.
It's been a pleasure as always. I'm happy to talk with you every time we get a chance.
Yep.
We'll see you in
before you go, real quick, let everybody know where they can find Backcountry Hunters and Anglers on the web and how they can get hold of you guys on social media.
And I'll also throw a couple of those out that you want to talk about, your information there.
Oh, well, sure. Yeah, actually, and just briefly, I want to mention, this legislative day isn't just going to be us. We're trying to get everybody there. We've got, the West Virginia Bear Hunters, the Bow Hunters, the Wild Turkey Federation, Rocky Mountain Elk, Ducks Unlimited, TU, Delta Waterfowl, the Deer Association, Turkeys for Tomorrow, Native Fish Coalition, Congressional Sportsman Foundation. It's taken a lot of effort to get.
Absolutely.
And, we want to, we appreciate all the partners there, and we're looking forward to it.
They say it takes a village. And it's the same thing in the outdoor industry.
Yeah.
It takes all of us combined to get where we need to be. There's a lot of people against us in the outdoor industry.
Oh, yeah, there is.
100%. I mean, we've got to band together, and we've got to push what we need to get the kids involved, to get everybody involved.
Yep.
So these are great organizations that he just mentioned, and we're fighting for all of our rights. They're trying to take them little by little, but we have to band together to keep our rights where they're at.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Backcountry Hunters and Anglers. You can find us on the web, backcountryhunters.org.
Awesome.
Okay. And there's a special you'll navigate through, and you can even find and join the West Virginia chapter.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Appreciate your
so
time.
much.
See you in
Thank
February.
you again. Yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, guys, so we're going to take a break real quick, hear a word from our sponsors, and we got Bugsy
sitting in the middle.
with
Come
Bugsy
on.
Bates just sat down here, and we're going to get back with him here in just a little bit for about 5 minutes or so, and then we've got the Untamed guys that just come in, and we've got them scheduled to come on. So.
Charleston, West Virginia Hunt and Fishing Show just ended. They're
Yes.
coming in. We're going to be talking to some more people.
People starting to come
tuned,
in.
guys.
The hunting and fishing show just ended at 9 o'clock, so we're running about 9:37 right here. So We'll be right back.
This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Trout Routes. Trout Routes is a premier fishing app that strives to empower trout anglers with information to help you go further and discover new waters, new places, and new faces. Check them out at troutroutes.com. Trout Routes is proud to be able to connect you to local resources and experts, such as fly shops, guides, local brands, and nonprofits. Be sure to check them out at troutroutes.com or the Apple App Store and Google Play Store to download the app today.
This episode of On the Limb with Nature's Voice Game Calls is brought to you by Will Jewelry and Loan. When you need cash and you need it fast, check out Will Jewelry and Loan. Come on in with your jewelry, firearms, electronics, tools, lawn equipment, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, and even four-wheelers. They will beat any competitor's loan amount, and that's a fact. Will Jewelry and Loan guarantees faster and more cash for your loan than any other company in the area. They have your cash you need fast. Check them out today on their Facebook page or give them a call at 304-768-5101. Stop in and talk with them at 5523 McCorkle Avenue, Southwest, South Charleston, West Virginia. Will Jewelry and Loan, 304-768-5101.
Folks, welcome to another episode of On the Limb Podcast, with Nature's Voice Game Calls, where deer camp becomes a reality for every listener. Join us as we talk God, family, country, and everything outdoors. Kick back, relax, and have a listen. Now, here's your host and co-host, Mike and Dan.
Dan, are you okay down there? You all
I'm
right?
100%.
I'm just making sure you're in your seat. I was like,
Hey,
I didn't have to go get you again.
no, I'm good. I'm sitting here this time. Sometimes you got to wander.
I know.
Not always to the bathroom, though.
Hey, you know, sometimes. Hey, and I can speak highly. Sometimes the wandering worm gets the fish.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
And the man that we're getting ready to talk to can attest to that.
He can.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
So right now, folks, just to let you know, we're here at Backcountry Hunters and Anglers Pint Night at FIFE Street on the corner of Summers and Brawley Walkway in Charleston, West Virginia.
Hey, and you know what? They still got the Christmas trees up.
Okay, your time's up.
No, it ain't. They still got the Christmas trees
I
up
love
from
Christmas
this year.
trees.
Oh,
They do it every year, and it's absolutely amazing.
Dylan, we're going to cut him off. He's done. All right, anyways.
All right, I'm out of here.
You're cut.
No,
I'm
so
gonna drink somewhere else. All right, let's get this.
So, Bugsy, tell us about the show today, West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show, brought to you by the West Virginia Trophy Hunters Association. How was your day?
My day was awesome, Michael. I rolled into town yesterday
And the Hummer.
in the Hummer. The
In the
H2
Hummer.
I just bought.
That's right.
I really wanted to bring my Corvette, but I just couldn't see it getting salt on
Can
it.
you pull
No.
a trailer behind the Corvette?
You can't
Yeah.
get salt on
Oh,
it.
you can?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's do that next
let's
year.
do it. Let's do
It's
it.
a plan. We're doing it next year.
Yeah. But anyway, you guys are so awesome. You know, I spent some holidays with you guys, and I look forward to coming down here and hanging out with you guys. I just get so excited when I hit that state line.
The West Virginia line, baby.
Man, I was getting about 4 miles a gallon in that Hummer. I had the pedal to the metal. And I'm like,
That's
Dan
awesome.
and Michael, here I come.
Here we go.
Wait, I know when you hit the state line, I know you texted because
He
you're like,
did.
hey, West Virginia state line, baby, here I am.
WFO.
Yeah. So, how was your day today at the show?
You know, we had a busy day today with the kids, and we're all about the youth. And
Yes.
and we've seen so many kids today.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I tell you what, it was so fun. It was just kid after kid after kid. And I've got a ton of pictures on my phone here, and I was just holding the phone up, showing Dan a picture here. But these kids are so excited to get in there and try to learn how to cast the bait.
That's
on-
good.
on the target. And oh my God, I just can't believe how many people come. You
Yeah.
know, brought their kids.
For a Friday.
Yeah,
it was busy.
Yeah, you know what the weird thing, I shouldn't maybe call it weird, but the different thing I saw today was there was some single parents bringing their kids in there, and the husband might be in Texas or the wife might be down in Florida for a convention.
Okay,
And,
yeah.
and they were still bringing their kids to the show. So, we're getting the word out there what we're doing at the show,
Yep.
with the kids casting and the youth challenge. And, gosh, it just feels so good to do that. And we just want to keep pushing this and keep bringing the kids through and taking pictures and showing them how to cast.
That's
awesome.
So, speaking on the kids casting, so you are part of the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show. They've got a program where they're doing shooting at the DNR booth. They're doing a coloring contest.
Yep.
They're doing
They had rock climbing.
Yeah, they got rock climbing this year now.
Yep.
And you guys at Bugsy's Baits are part of the casting competition.
Correct.
So you're teaching these kids how to cast.
Yeah.
That may have never done it before.
Uh-huh.
So and you're scoring these kids, and they get a chance to win an amazing prize if they score the high points.
Yeah, and I got Rob in the booth there, and he
Yeah,
did most
Rob's
of it
great.
today. But, I kind of brought him in and tried
Yeah.
to talk to him and talk to the parents and see kind of what was going on and feel them out,
Sure.
Make them feel warm and fuzzy and welcome. And, the kids like to talk.
They do.
They like to tell on each other how small that fish really was that the brother might have caught,
They ain't learned the whole aspect of, hey, I caught a 12-inch trout.
Yeah.
It was this big.
But Sis says it was only this big.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we got to teach them the right way to lie about fish stories.
Yeah, right. But going back to your point, the show day was awesome. I saw a big surge of people come in after 4 o'clock, and of course the fashion show was going on too, so that brought some of the people in. But even after
we were supposed to do that today, Bugsy. Me, you, and
White, we're going to do the whitewater stuff. That's right. With the shorts. I'm wearing the shorts tomorrow. I'm going to show them legs.
Awesome.
But the show was really, really good. I saw an influx of people after 4 o'clock, and it just the kid after kid after kid. I just can't believe it.
No, that's great, Bugs. I mean, what we're doing is we're doing the right thing. We're continuing the hunting and the outdoor heritage that we all love.
Yeah, so. and touching on the youth thing, I'm not going to diverse too much, but last weekend I came down to Spring Valley High School on 2 invites, and I went down there, and their bass fishing team was there. Got a chance to meet all those kids. Yeah. And I ended up doing a sponsorship deal with the kids. And I literally cried when I pulled out of that place and headed back up to Michigan. I love West Virginia. I love coming down here.
Yeah.
And I just can't say enough. You get that momentum in your heart about helping those kids, and you just want to do more and more and more and more. It just keeps going. I don't know where it stops, but I'm not going to try to stop it.
No, you can't.
It stops when we're gone. We pass it on.
Right.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. You're right.
Yep.
And as we're still alive, we've got to keep pushing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's important.
Yes. And
our kids of today need to know about the outdoors.
Yeah, and I know we had a brief conversation. I don't know all the details, but dealing with some legislative stuff, and one gentleman adopt some children and trying to buy them fishing license. And,
we're working on something with that. That's going to be coming up soon.
So that'll be very interesting where that goes, and I got a lot to learn on that too. But, these kids, if you buy them a fishing license, and if you can buy that $200, whatever the price is for that lifetime license, they've got that.
Yes.
They've got that forever.
Yep.
And if that can happen.
It's a life changer.
That's a cheap insurance policy for taking a kid and keeping them out of trouble. Keeping them out of jail.
Yep.
I mean, $200.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
Yeah. Bugsy, you're doing a great thing, and we sure appreciate what you do. We've got the Untamed guys over here that we're getting ready to bring on. So if you guys are at the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show, be sure to stop by Bugsy Graybill's booth.
What's your booth number
Baits.
there, Bugsy?
What's your booth number?
67, 68, and 69.
Oh, he got 3 of them.
Oh, he's a big dog. Awesome.
There you go.
Come and see us.
And he's got those 3 booths because he's selling his product. He's teaching the kids how to cast.
Yep.
And he's got that extra space for those kids so they can participate in the West Virginia Hunting and Fishing Show challenges. So it's amazing.
Thank you, Bugsy, for coming on. We sure appreciate you coming to the event tonight. Enjoy socializing with the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers guys. And we're going to bring on the Untamed after we have our break with our sponsors.
Can I say one more thing?
One more drink a beer with Hunt Chef.
Love you guys.
1 minute.
We love you.
Love you guys.
We love you, Bugsy.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, brother. Do you want the true Western hunt experience? Book your hunt of a lifetime today with Highland Outfitters, LLC. Located in Highland, Wyoming, 50 miles west of Casper. Their location in central Wyoming gives you access to some of the best hunting areas in the state. Highland specializes in archery hunts for elk and antelope. Their operations include Wyoming, Texas, and Africa. Highland Outfitters employs some of the finest guides in the business. All guides are licensed by the Wyoming Board of Professional Outfitters and Guides. No matter what the species you decide to hunt, you can count on your guide giving you 110% of being the true professional guide from start to finish. Book your hunt today at 307-797-3311 or 307-797-3312. Visit them on the web at HighlandOutfitters.com. With Highland Outfitters, you will get the true Western adventure.